steps out of the shadows, darkly of the night.
Hello, everybody. This is Jim Cummings, but you may know me better as Darkwing Duck, the terror that flaps in the night. And you are about to groove very heavily to the Nerd Effect Podcast, if you know what's good for you. Darkwing out.
Cloud of snow and he appears.
Welcome out to the Nerd Effect Podcast. We are at number 43. And we're on our Halloween special.
And Dustin lost it completely on that.
I did. I didn't have it planned out. I was trying to go off the cuff and it
You
didn't
should
work.
do echoey Let Me Evil laugh, because I really wished we had echoes. Yeah, it's gonna be great.
Wait.
Fantastic.
Go. That was kind of badass. I am one of your nerd hosts, Dustin Eat Your Liver Vancouver, joined by my ghoulish buddies.
Michael, I had no idea we were going to try and do names, so I have no
I didn't
idea.
know. I didn't either. I made
Michael
that
the
up.
Monkey Morgan. I
Ah,
don't know where to go with
I
this
know
now.
what part of the month.
The steampunk monkey zombie, Michael Morgan.
Oh, there you go.
Throwing it back to the game.
There we go.
I see what you
Yes.
did there.
And Mason the Evil Eye, Ireland. Check for the conspiracy theory references, kids.
I got it.
Oh,
I totally
got
got
it.
Check, pull out a dollar bill.
Fucking Illuminati,
Nicky Icky Brindle.
man. I like it,
Yay.
Nikki.
I
So
mean,
on that note,
Ooh.
Ray
Why were you Mr. Ed?
Wilbur.
You guys, if we put peanut butter in his mouth, it totally looks like he's talking.
I know, it's awesome, isn't it?
He made the face.
But anyway, this is our episode 43. This is our Halloween special, and
Which we are conveniently starting recording at right about midnight.
The
Dun,
witching
dun,
hour.
dun.
I think it's part of that Illuminati conspiracy we were just talking about.
It's part of that Loopy's conspiracy we were talking about.
So tonight we're just
Why are
gonna
you
drop our
throwing
phone.
your phone at me?
I didn't mean to drop it.
That shit's haunted.
Did you
Yeah.
just look up my family tartan?
Yeah.
Aw, I love you, buddy. Thanks. That's menu.
Oh.
Anyways, I mentioned that I have Scottish ancestry. Oh, it's pretty. I like it.
We're gonna be talking about some of our favorite Halloween memories, and then I'm guessing those memories could lead to other things too. So maybe we'll talk about movies. Maybe we'll
Repressed
talk
Halloween memories.
about some of Remember, I dressed as a Wookiee and my mom hit me.
Damn, we're going dark real quick.
Well, it is the Halloween episode, so
That's not true, but I did dress as a Star Wars character for that. Was like, well, shit, I'll just start there. When I was young, my I wore the same fucking Halloween costume for like 4 years straight, and it got significantly tighter every year when I was obviously.
Okay, but admit it. If it was a Star Wars character and it still fit you, you would wear it now.
It was an Ewok.
You would wear it now.
Yeah, I don't know
You'd
that
be
little
a giant
that,
Ewok.
that little fucking it was one of those plastic masks with a rubber band.
Yeah.
And I think we replace the rubber band every year, and that shit cuts into your face like a motherfucker.
Yeah, it does.
So you can only wear it so often, so much, and it got super hot, like even on the coldest October day, like because it was a full fur bodysuit, basically.
Oh.
Cheaply
Are
made
there
ones.
pictures of this in existence?
Maybe. My grandma's photo albums probably has one or two of them.
You should
Well,
probably
let's see.
track that
Let's
down
see.
for us.
Grandmothers plus photo albums plus 4 years equals at least 32 pictures.
True,
That's
it's science.
science. Grandma science.
Yeah.
It is
Yeah.
grandma science.
And she has like bookshelves full of family photos. Some of them just even locked away.
You should probably find those for us.
I should.
Yeah, you should.
We would make that another Nerd Effect episode where we all just bring in our family photos and make fun of each other.
I had a perm for a while. I don't want to do that.
Yeah, you do.
No, I actually think I managed to destroy all those pictures.
I'll call your mom and find out.
Yeah.
She might
She'd
still
be
have the
like,
original
"Who is-"
negatives.
Film. Aww.
I was going to say, for you young kids who are listening to this show, negatives are for the original film. What's film, you ask? Little strips that the...
Magical paper that pictures used to happen on.
Except for there's no magic involved. It was all science.
Science is... What did you say?
Science and light blocking
Advanced
and-
enough science.
Any sufficiently advanced science is indistinguishable from
And
magic.
I'm sorry, but photo developing, pretty fucking advanced. There are all kinds of chemicals. Red light, I mean, come on. What kind of sorcery is this?
The Red Room at North Junior High was pretty cool.
If there's one thing that Halloween-themed movies have taught me, it's that red light means murder.
Red rum. Red rum.
Or it means you've been eliminated from At Midnight.
Oh.
Yeah. I need to get caught up on that again. I hate that Hulu bumps them off after a day.
Yeah, we just started watching Flash, too. So,
Don't say
Flash
words.
is awesome.
it is awesome. We were on episode
Don't say
2.
words.
And there's 3.
Don't
Yeah.
say words. I'm getting through Arrow so I can watch Flash.
You only need to get through, like, the first 3 episodes of Season 2 to get to start on Flash.
Yeah, I'm not
So-
there yet. So.
We'll get there.
But
I'm sorry I'm in school.
okay, since we've started on the TV shows, I have to say I'm like insanely happy with the fact that they're doing supers, like actual superpowered people in Flash, beyond Flash, and it's not campy or cheesy in really any way. It's like a serious treatment of
It's
superheroes.
like nerds who grew up reading comic books got into the business and are making shows now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. It's great. Go nerds.
But yeah, and like I've been happy with Arrow since season 1. I just thought Arrow was awesome.
Arrow's fantastic.
I like it.
So yeah. Anyway, Gotham.
I haven't watched that yet
I haven't
because
watched Gotham yet.
Gotham is.
I'm not letting myself get into new shows until Christmas break
Oh, yeah.
because I need
You're gonna have
do
to watch
my homework.
Gotham.
Yeah, I know. It's Gotham and Constantine are
Gotham?
top of the list.
Gotham would be a good like police story show without any references to any Batman
Yeah,
characters.
it looks
and, like,
amazing. Anne just hooked on it, and I have to put my headphones in when she watches it.
I'm not going to spoil it, but I have to say I'm honestly creeped out by the Penguin. How they're doing his character. Wow.
Sweet.
And actually, I was a little worried about Bruce and Selina, the kid actors. You know, Bruce Wayne and Selina Kyle, aka Batman and Catwoman.
If anybody listening to this didn't know that, you're fired.
Yeah, pretty much. You're turning your nerd card.
I'm
and-
really surprised you're even listening to us right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Like, how did you find us?
But both of them are actually doing really well, and like the way the actress is doing Selina Kyle, like
She looks adorable, by the way. in
Yeah.
the pictures I've seen.
like the way like every just little subtle things she does, like I know it's planned that she's supposed to do them, but like how she pulls them off in the episodes, just little things that are slightly cat-like behaviors occasionally that are just like the way she's pulling them off is simply amazing, because it just gives you that hint of, yeah, I mean, okay, she's Selina Kyle. Anyone who knows Batman knows she's becoming Catwoman, but it's like, just like it's that precursors, the burgeoning personality she's doing a great job, and like the guy who's playing Bruce Wayne and how they're showing Bruce Wayne, like he's testing himself, he's studying cases, he's becoming the detective already. Just after his parents' murder, he's not just. I mean, yeah, he's a kid who's angry that his parents got murdered. I would be too.
Not much you can do about it physically at his
Not
age.
much you can do about it physically at his age, but he's using his mind, which Batman has always been his mind first.
Yeah,
Like, as much as he can kick ass, he's always been about defeating people with his brain first. And they're showing that in him, and the way the actor's pulling it off, like when he gets that, he'll get those intense study looks on his face, and like you feel like you can see the gears going in his head. Like they got the right kids for these roles.
Awesome.
And again, I don't know any of the actors' names except for Jada Pinkett Smith, but it's just because she's definitely the most famous of them. But like the guy who's Commissioner Gordon.
Oh, that guy's good. And
Well, he's
stuff.
Detective Gordon.
Well,
right now.
Detective Gordon
Yeah.
now, but wow, like, yeah, they got the right characters for these
What
roles. in
I
this.
want to know is if they're gonna have. So he's Detective Gordon, and I think in the previews it looked like he's got a girlfriend or a fiance.
It's Barbara, his wife.
Yeah, I want to know if they're gonna have little Barbara Gordon happening.
Well, I'm sure they are at some point.
At some
no!
point. But
Tiny baby Batgirl.
yeah,
Sorry.
and like I like one of the things like the actor who plays Bruce. He's not Batman yet, but okay, the guy who plays Batman in Gotham, because we know who he becomes. Like he's like 12 or 13 now. I think he's like 13. Yeah, he's 13 because Batman first puts on the suit when he's 25. And one of the things like. And you know they were saying, you know, are we ever going to get to see you? Like one of the things he was asked was, are we ever going to get to see you in the suit? And he actually said, well, Batman first put on the suit when he was 25. Whether they coached him to know that or not, I don't know. But studying it,
It's a smart answer.
Yeah.
but studying his character, like kudos to him, like you know, and he's like, so you know, hopefully we go 12 seasons and we'll find out. You know?
Well,
But
and I mean, can you imagine? You're an actor, a young actor.
Yeah.
And chances are, if you're a kid living in this country, you know who the fuck Batman is.
yeah,
You find out you get to play Batman. But you're young Batman, so you don't get to be Batman.
yeah,
Like, that's, oh, God, that's got to kind of suck a little bit.
But
Like,
he is
it's a cool part, but
But he is now a part of the Batman Club.
that is
Yeah.
true. But he's the only one that doesn't get to wear the suit. Like, oh, that
Well,
sucks.
Kevin Conroy didn't get to wear the suit. He played the voice, but he never wore the suit.
That's true.
well, but that's kind of he was on an animated show.
He's part of the Batman Club.
Yeah,
There's a video out there that's pretty funny.
But also, like, some of the things they're doing, because, like, okay, obviously Flash and Arrow are crossing over because the origin of Flash started in Arrow.
Which is why I'm making myself watch Arrow
Yeah.
first.
And
But-
the characters are popping up on each other's shows.
Right.
I love when
but,
shows do that.
like,
Well, that's because they're both on the CW.
yeah, but, well, no, in Gotham, like, they pan out, there's at one point when they pan out over Gotham City, and there's a Queen Consolidated logo on one of the buildings. And in Flash, there's a flash forward of a newspaper.
Flash forward.
Oh, yeah, I saw the...
That shows the merger of Wayne Enterprises and Queen Consolidated.
Ah.
Yeah. So
Weird thing is, I saw that paper. That's the one that says blah, blah, blah.
yeah. I'm keeping it mum for anyone's sake who hasn't seen it. But like, I just like, I mean, the whole thing about Queen Consolidated and Wayne Tech merging isn't. You know, I don't think it's part of the show. Really, I think it was just thrown in as an Easter egg for people to see.
Right.
So,
Because
so we can go, ah!
they know
Yeah.
we get excited when we see things in the background that we understand. Yeah.
but the
Those
fact
nerds.
that like,
Yeah.
well, the Queen Consolidated logo was the exact same logo as the one they're using in Arrow. It wasn't like taken from the comic and mushed around a little bit to be different than the one in Arrow. It was the same one as in Arrow. So, I think because of the DC owning all the properties, even though they're on different shows, they're on different networks, they're getting a little wiggle room with.
Well, I'm sure DC's like, yeah, do that.
Yeah, I think they're getting a little wiggle room on the cameo type stuff.
Part of it too, I'm kind of glad that they're doing that because it gives us a little bit more probability to having the Flash and Arrow be on Justice League when that comes around.
Well, Flash has already been confirmed for Justice League. Only just a different character, only a different guy playing him.
Oh, they're doing a different guy playing him.
Oh, for the movies. Movie continuum is different than TV
Yeah,
continuum.
they've already officially said that. That's
Marvel's keeping their continuums together, but
no,
DC
because they can't because Sony owns like X-Men and
well, no,
Spider-Man and stuff like that.
The new Marvel continuum, the Avengers continuum.
Okay,
Shield is as much canon as any of the movies. Agents of Shield. But yeah, they're having, but like the stuff they're doing with, like the logos and the little kickbacks to each other, I think it's really cool.
So Halloween.
Oh yeah. Sorry, I've been wanting to talk about the shows for a while.
No, that's totally fine. I just remembered that we were supposed to be talking about
yeah.
other things.
And Doctor Who's been awesome.
I'm so far behind.
I still haven't watched any of it.
I've only seen the first 2 episodes of the season.
I'm so poor. I'm waiting till the season comes out. So that it's cheaper to buy them all. Like it's when you buy the whole season, it's cheaper.
Can't you just prepay for the whole season?
Can you? Is that an option?
I think you can-
okay.
that way you just get 'em
Well,
as
I
they
don't
come
have
out.
the money yet, so it's not an
But-
option for me. But it's nice to
Anyway,
know it's one in
Side
general.
note, HBO is going to a streaming service, standalone.
Yeah, I saw
Yeah,
they
I
were
saw
doing an
that
a la
too.
carte thing.
Game of Thrones, yay.
yeah.
Is Game of Thrones going to be on it?
It better be, 'cause
My
it's on
understanding
there
is
current.
yes.
Okay.
Because every article I've seen about it is like, yay, we'll be able to watch Game of Thrones streaming.
Okay.
HBO does anything else worth shit currently?
They do lots of cool stuff.
I know they
Yeah.
have lots of things, but they're not things I know about.
Like I want to go back and rewatch Boardwalk Empire.
Yeah.
Like that looks really good. There's another one called Silicon Valley. That's really cool.
Oh, yeah, I've
it's
heard
like
that
a
one.
comedy.
Yeah.
It's pretty funny. But anyway, that's stuff I know.
Yeah.
I have HBO Go.
Yeah.
Plus, you can go back and watch all the old cool shit you maybe you didn't catch the first time around. So, boom.
Like Company Heroes.
Yep, that's on there. Hung, which is another one that's on there. I've never seen that. Girls, which is also really popular on HBO. I have no desire to see either of those two, but
Yeah.
I haven't heard of any of this shit. The only HBO
Company
thing I know
Heroes
is
was about Easy Company, one of the companies that dropped into D-Day of the paratroopers.
Oh.
what was it? It was like a 6-part miniseries or something like that.
Yeah,
that's
earlier.
why
and-
I'm not super into
Yeah.
war movies.
Actually, the war. Okay, as good as the acting and everything was, which they did a really good job. And what's creepy is like when they show the interviews with the guys who are still alive, how well the actors may not necessarily totally looked like them because you're finding an actor, but how well they did the guys' personalities.
The mannerisms and
Yeah,
stuff.
it was, and to me it was more interesting, like the little interviews they did at the end of each episode with the members of Easy Company,
That is cool.
because
that they do
that's talking to the guys who were there and lived it. And
that. See, it's weird. I like watching history shows about stuff like that and interviews with the actual people, but as far as dramatized stuff, I've never gotten into it.
If we keep going with this, we're going to have to label this the not Halloween show.
We should do that because this is clearly yeah.
Well, I still want to talk about
We're-
Halloween memories, though.
We're 20 minutes in and we haven't even.
we got one Halloween one from Dustin, but I guarantee you that Grave of the Fireflies will change your mind on.
Oh yeah, you've mentioned that.
It
but it's also animated.
Also, it was only one. Grave of the Fireflies was only
Wasn't
one
it?
movie.
Wasn't it animated though?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it will also might make you want to end your life. But
Oh, that's the one that you said to watch during the day.
with the windows
Yeah.
open while you're in a good mood,
Yeah.
after you shoot vitamin D straight into your veins.
and B12, yeah,
Yeah.
and overdose on antidepressants.
Say double up on my happy pills and I'll be fine.
Yeah,
And you
it's
may
awesome, but it is really sad and depressing.
And you may come out of it only shedding a tear.
Oh no, you'll still shed more tears than that. You just won't necessarily be on the verge of suicide.
That sounds great, Mason.
The thing is that it's a great movie. It's such a great movie that it hits all the feels. So multiple times with a really heavy stick.
In their feely nutsacks.
Yeah.
Mike, how was your Halloween?
I'm trying to get him to come over and watch X-Files with
I
me.
remember being a really, really little kid. Had to have been before I was 10. Running around in a Hulk costume with one of the plastic rubber band masks. Whoever invented those needs to just die in a fire. Yeah, so this Hulk mask running around in the plastic costume that it came with, and just going rawr at people, and there was people playing up to it. Like I saw one guy that jumped up into his friend's lap and stuff. And, it was fun.
Sweet. Mason?
When I was, I think it was 8 or 9, it was right between Empire and Jedi. I know I'm going into a Star Wars story too. It just happens with me. I'm sorry.
You weren't there, man.
You don't know the struggle.
I actually this was one of those times where I was kind of sad because like I got to dress up as my favorite Star Wars character and had the stupid plastic mask that all costumes had during that day, but this was like a deluxe version. It was actually cloth.
Ooh.
Yeah. Not very heavy cloth, but actually cloth.
Like bedsheet material?
Pretty much. And like felt. Cheap materials.
But
I don't know about you, but like I have like 600 thread count bed sheets. So my bed sheets are pretty heavy duty.
Mason, I can afford nice things.
No, I can't. But
My bed sheets were on clearance at Ross.
doesn't mean they weren't good.
Well, they rubbed blue dye on my walls even after being washed several times.
That's
They're
kinda
not
scary.
Nice
No.
sheets, yeah.
But so I had the costume. I'm going to reveal who it is in a second. Don't worry. But and I was all ready to go to school in it because you got to go wear your costume to school.
Which was the best part.
oh
yeah.
yeah.
And you get to parade your costumes around the classrooms.
Yeah. And you see, Jedi are neat, but they weren't. None of the Jedi or Sith were my favorite character in Star Wars. My favorite character kind of wore a lot of gray, with a little bit of kind of like a drab green color. It was a little dude named Boba Fett. So I had a gun with my costume, and they it's a kid's Halloween costume. It's obviously a fake gun. So they would not let me carry it in the parade. They forced me to take it up to the principal's office and leave it at the principal's office all day.
Poor Boba
So
Mason.
yeah,
Douche.
yeah, it was, and like they wouldn't let me have my Boba Fett carbine, and carry it in the parade or anything, and it was sad. I was like Boba Fett without my gun, man.
That's
I consoled myself knowing I still had a flamethrower and a rocket launcher
I deem
because I knew that kind of shit when I was that little.
tiny nerd Mason. Duh.
I deem this a point to pause our current conversation to point out that my wife just posted something on the Nerd Effect timeline that is absolutely amazing. It is LeVar Burton reads Samuel L. Jackson's "Go the fuck to sleep." It's a YouTube link.
I'm watching that when I get home.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll watch that later. But I just figured I would announce that to you so we could all gasp in glory.
That's amazing.
And make sure the word gets out.
Yes.
It's incredibles.
Anyway, Nikki, Halloween memories.
Can I share 2 memories?
You can share as many fucking
Okay.
memories as you want. That's why we're here.
So, my quasi-repressed memory brought up by Mason's Halloween parade story. I don't even remember what it was that year. But we had our Halloween parade, and I was in second grade. And we went through, you know how you go through all the halls. Like, there's nobody really there watching you. I don't know who you're parading for.
The teachers mostly.
Yeah, but most of the teachers
Well, I think
were,
the
like,
classes
helping.
would
Each
interchange
grade,
each other.
did each grade go at a time? I don't remember.
It was either each grade or they just like
In halves.
let the classrooms just go
Yeah.
one after another.
But
The only problem is that would interrupt class all fucking day long. So
nobody got classed on our Halloween.
No one got worked on at Halloween at school.
So we went through the library, and I'm looking and I'm talking to. That was, I think, the year I met Spank, actually. So it was probably her that I was talking to. And I look over to my left, and there is a fucking ET crouched under a blanket in the library. It was the librarian with a very freakishly realistic to a second grader mask, like with a blanket over themselves.
Yeah.
Crouched down on the ground. And they reached out. They had the gloves, the fucking gloves with the glowy finger. And they reached out to me. Okay. Here's a little story about Nikki.
Space proctologist.
I am fucking terrified of E.T., even as an adult.
So is my wife.
I've never watched it all the way through. Like, I
I
saw...
have a certain amount of rage at ET, but that's because I played the video game.
Okay.
Want to talk about horror stories?
Yeah, no shit. No, we watched it for the first time when I was 4, and I left the room. My mom thinks he's cuddly. I thought he was creepy. She never got how I could watch Star Wars and Star Trek, but E.T. freaked me out. I think it's the finger, the rapey finger. But so, looking to my left, and I even remember that it was to my left, and seeing fucking E.T. at eye level scared the shit out of me, and my teacher had to take me back to my classroom because I was freaking out so bad I couldn't finish the parade. So, there's that. My other memory is actually about my brother, who might be listening to this, because he had expressed an interest in listening to our podcast.
Well, I hope so.
When we were little, I don't even remember what I was that year, but he really wanted to be an army man, and he was a little young dude. I think I was in 4th grade, so he was probably in 2nd grade, so like 8. And they couldn't find camo pants in his size anywhere. So he didn't get to be an army dude. So last minute, my
In
mom...
Idaho? Really?
Yeah, I know.
For the Army Navy surplus.
Well, he was really tall and skinny. He's always been really tall and skinny, so I think that was more the issue. And so, last minute, they throw together this costume for him. They get a garbage bag, and they cut out armholes and leg holes and cinch the neck up, stuff it with newspapers, wadded up newspapers. He's got a Colorado Rockies with a CR on the hat, sunglasses on, and a little, like, plastic toy trumpet. He was a California raisin. So we're walking. My dad takes us out trick-or-treating, and
Which
we're
is
walking...
weird because CR works.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's a purple hat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it worked. So...
And you heard it through the grapevine.
Oh, snap.
You know, I feel bad for kids that don't have the California raisins. They were cool. But so we're walking through the neighborhood, and he's got his sunglasses on, and it's nighttime, and he walks, like, we're 2 blocks from our house, and he walks into somebody's mailbox and knocks it off the fucking post. And my dad just looks around and picks it up and puts it back where it was. And we just skipped that house. And that was, that was amazing. Maybe sunglasses weren't the best idea as part of a Halloween costume at night.
So, skipping holidays over to Christmas for a second, does anyone else remember the California Raisins Christmas
Yes.
special? Okay, just had to check on that. Back to Halloween.
I wonder if you could find that on YouTube. I wonder if
I'm
that's...
sure.
Oh, I'm sure you can. It's going to be horrible quality, but I'm sure you can.
Because I've been thinking about California raisins lately. I was at a thrift store in Seattle, and they had the little figurines.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, oh shit, I forgot about those guys. Didn't they have cartoons and stuff? And I've been wanting to look them up and see if they're as great as I remember them
Yeah,
being.
old claymation cartoons.
Yeah.
And I remember one of the dinosaur hosts was an idiot and wanted to go waffling instead of wassailing.
Yes!
Yeah.
Here we come, a waffling.
It's like, no, I'm pretty sure it's a wassailing. No, it's waffling.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a crazy, surreal show.
Like
'cause-
Star Wars Christmas special level of...
No.
No.
It was at least mildly entertaining.
Yeah. But you're talking raisins who save Christmas, and it's being hosted by dinosaurs,
And the California Raisins also did
Didn't
the
they start out being a commercial?
yeah,
they were a
the
commercial
Yeah.
for...
they were the and they were also the transition bumper for Saturday morning cartoons. After these
Yeah.
messages,
We'll be
We'll be
right
right
back.
Yeah, but no, they started out...
Good lord, how old do you think that is and we remember it?
early 90s.
No,
So,
it's from the late 80s. When it started.
Late
yeah,
80s,
it was
early
late
90s.
80s.
Yeah.
So,
But the raisins started out
Jesus, like,
literally as
almost 30
commercials
years.
for raisins.
Raisins, yeah.
They were, I mean, it wasn't,
Oh yeah, the actual like Sunkissed Raisin brand or something like that.
yeah.
California raisins.
Yeah.
Yep. Because all Sunkissed raisins are from California,
Did you guys?
Sorry, I love my home state.
I am willing to bet money that the Charlie Brown Christmas special or Halloween special, the
The
Great
Great
Pumpkin.
Pumpkin.
is on this week.
It has to be. If it isn't, like,
It's not Halloween.
It's like required by law.
yeah.
I mean, you have to play that. If you're not, if someone's not playing the Great Pumpkin, it's the Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown.
Then a CEO loses a finger.
Well, it's like when TNT plays a Christmas Story for 24 hours straight every year.
Yeah. Not that I like A Christmas Story, but yeah, you have to now.
Mm-hmm. It's tradition to.
I
instill
have
it
a
in
Red
your
Ryder
brain.
BB gun.
I had one too, actually.
It's a 50th anniversary, so it even looks just like the one in the movie. It's pretty amazeballs.
Yay, maze balls.
I say one of my favorite Halloween memories is actually fairly recent. Was when Jen and I first dated and went as a couple's costume of Mario and Princess Peach to.
Those are so cute.
To
I think there's
Jennifer's,
pictures
Still
in...
awesome job on those costumes, guys.
Yeah.
I'm 90% sure there's pictures up in the break room of that.
Oh, there is.
Yeah.
There is. And that was the year I won the costume contest at her party.
Yeah.
And yeah.
That's awesome.
That was also when Jod went as Borat, and he acted it out the whole night. It was amazing.
That's when I was still working with here, and I went to that party too.
I think that was before I started back up here. My first Halloween party I went to was the one where Ange and I were Peppermint Patty and Marcy, and I had no idea that everybody put in so much fucking effort in their costumes, so it was just totally half-assed.
Are you kidding me? I thought your Marcy was awesome.
Well, I bought a shirt and I drew on it with Sharpie. I mean...
But that kind of...
I'll be honest, I thought Ange was Shaggy. Just because
The
it was
green
a green
shirt,
shirt.
yeah.
Yeah,
She had to be
she's
Peppermint
skinny.
Patty because she's
And that-
freckly.
Tomboy.
Yeah, and tomboy, freckly, and
Yeah.
yeah.
Bam.
I also remember when I was about 13 years old, it was, I think everybody hits that kind of age where they're like, I may not go trick-or-treating this year, but I'll do something to help with Halloween and make it more entertaining.
Yeah.
And I took my remote control car that I had gotten fresh for my birthday the week prior. I'm pretty sure I was 13. I got a remote control car from my grandma, and it was one of the nice high-end, like $100+ ones.
Nice.
And what I did is I took a couple of coat hangers and bent a frame around the car, and then and stuck just a flashlight inside of it so it looked like a little ghost. And then I fucking was waiting behind the car for trick-or-treaters to come by, which was a long wait in some occasions.
Yeah.
But I waited. I was patient. I had my little FM radio headset. You know, it has the radio built into the headphones.
Those were so cool.
I know. So I was just listening to music, waiting for people to roll up, and as soon as the little fucking kid rolled up, the little glowy car is like running around their fingers. I scared the shit out of a couple little 2 or 3 year olds. It was good times, and the dad was like, "Where's this car coming from?" And then he would see me over in the corner and be like, "Ah," the good one.
I remember one year we went up to a house and they, you know how people would put like scarecrows out on their benches?
Mm-hmm.
They had a scarecrow out on their bench. Like every year they had a scarecrow out on their bench, and we went up to their house. Only this year it wasn't a scarecrow. It was a guy in a scarecrow costume, and he jumped out at us, and it scared the ever loving fuck out of me. Like every year, I think they were setting it up just for this, just so kids would get like used to it.
And, like get like 5 years down the line, and then
it's a dude.
Oh no, I've totally had that plan too. So
Yeah, it was so scary. Oh man. Did you guys have friends that did the super lame haunted houses? Like their parents would put like peeled grapes in a bowl. Like...
Yeah.
No, I never did.
Really?
No.
Those were fun.
I do remember trick or treating down Warm
Bowl of
Springs.
brains. That's just
Yeah, spaghetti. Yeah.
Wet spaghetti, so it's a little slimy. Yeah.
I remember always going when my mom was married and we had 3 of us, 3 boys. We would go down to Warm Springs Avenue. That was always like the high end trick or treating.
Where you get the good candy.
Yeah.
My grandparents live at the base of Simplet Hill,
Mm-hmm.
and there were always rumors that if you went up to the house at the top of the hill, that they gave out like king-sized Snickers bars, but we could never get our parents to take us.
My grandma's last couple years have been because you can buy a mixed box at Costco of full size candy bars for like $20 or whatever.
Yeah.
And her neighborhood's like, it's you guys you've been
I've
there.
been here.
I don't know if you've been there or not,
I haven't.
but it's kind of an upscale neighborhood, you know, definitely upper middle class.
Yeah.
And but it doesn't seem like the kind of place people would stick around to go trick or treating at. So the few kids that she does get, like it seems like more like
They get the hookup.
they get the hookup from grandma.
I want to be that person someday when I have a house. I'm going to be the person that goes to Costco and buys king size candy bars. Because now as an adult, my favorite part of Halloween is handing out candy to kids and giving them way more than their parents think I should.
A big old neon sign outside saying candy with the arrows pointing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
out
I'm
the
kind
door.
of sad this year because I don't have any of my Halloween decorations out, which is like
Almost sacrilege for you.
it's sacred. Yeah, it totally is. And because
Being in an apartment's really hard.
my house looks like death and murder happened.
Yeah.
with a
I've seen the
supernatural
pictures.
cause. And I have this little talking butler ghoul looking guy,
Nice.
so that whenever you reach in and take it, it says something to you. So that was always kind of nice because if we wanted to go trick or treating around the neighborhood with Evie, we could leave that there with some candy.
Oh,
and
nice,
kids
yeah.
could just take a couple if they wanted to. But I was when I went to work in the mornings for the last couple of years, I'd always have kids that cut through that little path next to our house going to school, and they'd be like, "Dude, your house looks freaking cool, man! I'm definitely coming here on Halloween." Yeah, that's kind of the reaction you want as an adult.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You want to be the house that the kids want to
Yeah.
go to. That's supposedly we're going to have trick-or-treaters at our complex. Mike says in past years that we haven't really.
I haven't
heard-
seen a lot of trick.
I heard they're having like a Halloween party for kids at the office, so they think that there's going to be a decent amount of trick-or-treaters, and I hope there are, because we got the fruit snacks, the Welch's fruit snacks at
nice.
Costco, because I liked those as a kid. Sometimes you get tired of all the same stuff.
They're in Tootsie Rolls.
Yeah, I liked the Tootsie Rolls too.
Yeah.
I don't understand getting tired of chocolate. You guys have to try to explain this to me.
You
Because
guys,
just chocolate is not meant to be in a weird plastic toffee form.
I like Tootsie Rolls.
Yeah. I like Tootsie Pops.
Tootsie Pops are great.
Yeah, because you can mix in.
The main reason why I buy fruit snacks and things that aren't necessarily candy is because 99% of the time I end up with lots of leftovers and I feel less guilty about eating them.
There's an old guy in Jen's mom's neighborhood that just every year forever ever since Jen was a kid, just gives out pencils.
Oh, I used to like that, the fun, cool pencils.
It's like, come on, a
no,
pencil?
I used to think that was great.
Nerd.
Fuck you! I also liked when people would give out the Albertsons donut coupons.
Oh, that's
free
good.
donuts.
I didn't
Albertsons
remember.
donuts are pretty freaking
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, for the free donut. Yeah, those were good. Or I got a roll of pennies once. That was the weirdest thing I think I ever got.
I remember on the same Warm Springs
Yeah.
incident when we were kids.
That's where I got it. It was Warm Springs.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
that's we caught these guys. This like they must at the time must have been like in their early 20s, like they were getting ready to leave for a party, and we were like trick or treat, and she's like, we're just leaving for a party. I really don't have any candy. I was just getting ready to leave, but hold on real quick. And she comes back and gives each of us 50 cents, just like 2 quarters apiece. And it's like trick or treat. It's like that's really all I got. I was like,
But, you know, that was back in late 80s, early 90s.
That gets you to
mid-
2 whole
yeah,
video
early
games.
90s.
That's like 2 video games back
Yeah.
then.
That's
So,
true. And I did base everything on the value of a quarter, and I have mentioned that many a time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
I used to sell when I was in elementary school. You remember those the lizards made out of the beads, the pony beads
Yeah.
that were so popular? I would make them out of the tiny beads, the seed beads, and I would use wire so that they held their shape better, and I would attach them to safety pins, and I would sell them to other kids for a quarter so I could play video games. And because, you know, kids would pin stuff like that to their backpacks.
I heart you.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
That was my nerdy quarter making scheme. Oh my god, I've always been a craft whore.
You
Yeah.
have been.
Wow. Revelations on the not Halloween show, you guys.
How's it feel to have a skill?
I'll let you know when I can actually make money off of it.
Mike?
So, I think it was about 12. I did, like, my first time actually making a costume.
Aw.
I had adult help, obviously. Got a balloon that was like twice the size of my head. Blew it up, did paper mache all over it.
Nice.
Popped the balloon, which was fun as hell. And then I took 2 KFC chicken buckets, cut them in half. 2 of them went on the front like a muzzle, and I did the other 2 as like big old ears, and it ended up being this like dragon-looking thing. A couple of paper cups for eyes.
Nice.
Yep. And let's see, I'd used melted wax. So I just took a candle, lit it, and dripped it all over it to give it texture. And then got this, like, really drab, bland, olive green color and sprayed it. And popped it on my head.
little Mike.
Yeah.
I think I got a picture of it somewhere. I'll have to see if I can find it.
Okay, question to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
What's the favorite costume you've ever worn for Halloween pre-being a teenager?
Boba Fett.
Yeah. What are you thinking
Okay.
about?
Sorry. I wasn't aware that was such an obvious question.
Well, for me, it is Boba Fett.
Mine would be, I actually did go as Mario as a kid once.
Nice.
It was pretty awesome. I did have it was such a cheap looking Mario costume too, because we did tried to do the Mario 2. Well, there was a version of Mario where instead of wearing blue overalls, he had red overalls and a blue shirt.
Oh, okay.
So it was the red overall version guy. So what we ended up doing was I had a pair of like red sweatpants and just like, we did some sort of red fabric straps just to attach both sides to make it look like overalls. And we just took a generic red baseball hat and cut out a paper circle and just put M on it and like pinned it to the front of the hat.
Nice.
And then we got one of those cheap fake mustaches that would pin like to the
into your nose
Into
and
your
make
septum.
Yeah.
Which hurt like hell after about 20 minutes. You just rub your nose raw. But yeah, I remember just being absolutely super proud of that costume when I was about 8 or 9 at the time. It was fun.
That's awesome.
I dug it. Yeah, that's my favorite costume pre-being a teenager.
The only one I really remember is I went as a little Dutch girl one year, with actual wooden shoes that were from when my mom went there when she was a kid. Wooden shoes are about as comfortable to trick or treat in as you would imagine they are.
Ugh.
As clogs are not comfortable.
Yeah. They did make fun clompy sounds as I walked down the street though. And somewhere, I actually made my brother a picture frame one year and I found a picture of the two of us. And I don't remember what he was. I think he was a clown. I think I was maybe like 6. And he was probably about 4 or 5. And I was the little Dutch girl. I had like the green dress with the apron, and my mom did pigtails in my hair, and I think she even fed coat hangers in them to make them kind of
stick out.
Yeah. And I got blisters on my feet, but I got more compliments on that costume than anything, and you could hear me coming a block down with those wooden shoes on.
Clonk, clonk,
Yeah.
clonk, clonk, trick or treat.
Yeah, exactly. That's the only one I really remember, though. I don't remember the pizza, but I've got a picture of it. So, yeah.
Like, did you have a favorite?
Yeah, it's like, trying to think back, it's like the Hulk one is the only one I can really remember. I know I've seen pictures of me in a Superman costume like that with the fake plastic, the cheap plastic costume. Honestly, can't remember any other costumes I had.
Yeah, I did the cheap plastic Ninja Turtle one once. I think it was a Michelangelo. But yeah, it was like a full just felt bodysuit and a plastic mask. Like that was pretty much it. I didn't even have weapons. I was kind of sad.
Yeah, we can keep in mind too. When I'm trick or treating as a little kid, this is like late 70s.
Oh yeah.
Pretty much all you had was the cheap plastic ones with the rubber band mask, and that was pretty much
Was that or
everything was
homemade?
available. Yeah, it was that or homemade. And my mom was not doing any homemade.
See, I know my mom probably made a bunch of my costumes because
Yeah.
she was super crafty, but I cannot remember for the life of me.
Say pretty much, except for that Boba Fett costume, my mom made, and I'm not dissing my mother saying she made me that costumes. She didn't, but Boba Fett's Boba Fett. Mm-hmm. But like my mom made like until my sister and I turned like 12, she made pretty much every single one of our costumes by hand.
Nice.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's what my mom was like. Like, I had a bunch of clothes she made me and stuff, and yeah, she made our costumes.
What's the worst costume you guys have ever had to wear before?
I don't remember any other costumes.
Do you remember any other ones? No. First grade. When is the old traditional sheet ghost?
Oh.
I still like my cardboard box robot from last year. That was pretty badass.
That was pretty badass.
Yeah. There's a lot of silver paint.
Mason's
There
debating.
was, I can't remember what it was, but like,
I smell smoke. Is it his brain?
yes,
Maybe.
it is.
It's late, people.
I can't remember what the costume was, but my sister was like 4 or 5 at the time, and she's 6 years younger than I am. And my mother forced the 10 or 11-year-old Mason to do basically what we would now call a couple's costume, but it was brother and sister in this case. But my sister wanted to be something so bad, but it had some kind of partner. So my mom made me do it. Yeah.
I was so
Now,
excited.
mind you, I love my sister, but
Nobody wants to be forced to do a costume.
yeah.
I saw like a 12-year-old kid today at Boo at the Zoo, and he was wearing like Animaniacs pajamas.
Aww.
Cool.
I was like, do you even know who Animaniacs are? Like,
My-
Hopefully he is a well-educated 12-year-old.
I wanted to hug him.
My second cousin,
I just didn't want to go to jail.
not even a year old yet, just started walking. He is the Stay Puffed Marshmallow guy for Halloween this year.
Yay!
And it is fucking adorbs. Like, so cute. They posted a picture today, and I was like, oh, look at you and your little marshmallow. Marshmallow works.
Mushmallow?
He's really adorable.
Mushroom?
Mushroom. Marshmallow. Yep. It all works. The end.
Man, okay.
Favorite candy when you were a kid?
Reese's Peanut Butter Cup. Hasn't changed.
I liked sugar babies.
Well, okay, I do have a greater appreciation of dark chocolate now, and would actually prefer solid 70 to 75% cacao dark chocolate over anything, technically.
I feel like that's
But-
something 7-year-old Mason wouldn't say, though.
No. But like if I'm like I want a candy bar from 7-year-old Mason to today is still Reese's Peanut Butter Cup. Unless I'm looking for something else specific.
I remember when I was a kid, I was on a Rolo kick for a while.
Oh, God, I used to love the
But
shit
that
out
really
of
isn't.
those.
That really isn't a Halloween candy.
No, we used to get Rolos. We
Yeah, they
Rolls
come in
all
like
the time.
3-packs.
Oh yeah, the
Yeah.
little 3-packs. You're right.
Yeah.
Rolos, Butterfingers, and Kit Kats. I'd have to say that's a 3-way tie for me.
See, I also do love some Kit Kat.
I liked the pencils. I'm sorry. When I used to love fun pencils when I was a little kid. Like,
Oh, so did I. But
Yeah.
God, save that shit for school.
but if it was a free pencil and I could draw with it.
I could also draw with the other 20 pencils I probably had laying in my desk at school.
But is there anything as satisfying as new, like, supplies, like art/school supplies?
Okay. Adult Dustin would say, no, there is no such thing as anything other satisfying. When I'm a kid on a candy mission, I want fucking candy.
See, my mom rationed out our candy, so it lasted us until, like, fucking summer vacation.
That was the one time a year where we had free range to eat whatever we want, whenever we want. The only problem is if you ate it quickly, then you were out, so you kind of had to make your own judgments.
And
Yeah.
sick.
Yeah, exactly.
I liked the little Laffy Taffies, too. Those were always good.
Mike, did you have a favorite candy?
Candy corn.
Oh, you sick son of a
Air
bitch.
high five.
Boom.
Have you had, oh god, I can't even remember what it was. There's this new kind
Adult
of...
Mikey has. I need to stay away from like Costco because I'll go to the
They sell
big
candy corn there?
They have like
Probably
5-pound bags.
by the pound. You can buy it by the pound.
At Winco or something?
Yeah, Winco or
Yeah.
and I
Winco's 24 hours, right?
Yes, it is.
so I get a pound or two and just eat them until I'm sick.
I had this new kind of candy corn last year, and I cannot remember now what it was, but it was delicious. I do not recommend the candy corn flavored M&Ms.
Ew.
Yeah, they're about what you would expect,
I do have a
but I
newfound.
can't stop eating them.
I do have a newfound respect for Peeps. As long as they're
Not a
fresh. If they've been sitting out, they tend to dry up and get
I
all
am
crusty.
not a fan of marshmallows unless they are burnt to a crisp and in between graham crackers with Hershey's.
I bet you.
chocolate
I
on
bet
top.
we should
Well,
do
it's
that
okay.
one
You
year.
take
We should
a
go
peep.
campfire roasting a Peep.
I still want to
Well, there used
have...
to be a
You stick put
Yeah.
a stick up its ass and you roast the bitch.
Have you ever microwaved one?
I know they. Well,
Yeah.
like any marshmallow, they go.
Yeah. I still think we need to have a nerd
Actually, you can get a
camping
peach to
trip.
catch fire because of the sugar on the outside, though.
Yeah. We need to have a nerd camping trip this summer. We can bring a card table. We can play some fucking Initiative, record it in the middle of the forest, and
We would need
find
a
I
generator
was
or
just gonna say,
something
find
because,
someone with a generator.
because these mics.
We do it on a voice recorder.
Oh, we can do it on voice recording. I was like, because like the mics would
Well, but
suck
we
the
would
life
also
out of the laptop.
want to bring video games, I'm sure, so a generator would be necessary.
Do.
Yeah, exactly. Bring an old school Nintendo a little shitty tiny TV.
No, old school Nintendo and a sheet. We hang it up between two trees and get a projector.
Yes.
And attract every animal known to man.
Oh my god, all the moths.
Yeah, we have all the moths, unfortunately.
But,
Okay, is that a power up or a moth? I can't tell.
but no, seriously.
Oh, I thought it was a fire flower. Damn it, it's a moth.
We could even organize something with our listeners and just have like a nerd retreat.
Oh, that sounds like murdered out in the middle of wilderness. And
I'm wilderness survival savvy.
no, I meant by our listeners. You never know. You don't know who's listening. Not that I don't. I love you, listeners. I love you very much. But Jesus Christ, you just don't want to invite the world. Like, how would we go about?
How
we'd
many
have
people do you think listen to our show?
We would have to regulate it. That's all I'm saying.
That's obviously.
Okay.
Say Reddit doesn't regulate their meetups.
Just
People
remember,
have died at them.
D&D
That's-
party is a bunch of murder hobos.
Yeah. I think our initiative characters are scarier than anyone that would want to go camping with us.
Maybe we should just organize a fucking
We'll call it the Murder Hobo Retreat.
SCA event.
Well, you can't
That
just
would
organize
attract
SCA events.
fun people.
A LARP.
We can
No,
do a LARP.
I
yeah.
like Mike's idea. Call it the Murder Hobo Retreat. It would attract all sorts of fun people.
Oh Jesus! Everybody dressed up as their favorite horror character.
No, I mean, I'm sure the only people that
No,
would
no,
really want to
D&D.
come is people that have actually met us. Would you want to go camping with a bunch of people you'd never met before? I wouldn't.
Email us at freefeedback@nerdeffect.
Well, I don't know. I just think it'd be fun. Like, I mean, we've met some really cool people, but
We've met super cool people, and I highly doubt anything like that would happen. But
Dustin's calling you guys serial killers.
oh, Jesus, I think you know what I'm saying. Like, we'd have to sell tickets, or you know,
Well, I mean, everybody would have to pitch in to pay for food and shit. Like,
Right.
And we'd want a carpool, so you'd have to figure that out because you don't want like 30 vehicles.
start a fund anything,
Well, I might
and just raise money to rent a van. And
I might just post a thing and see if that's something people would be interested in because I think it'd be super fucking fun. Bring some tabletop games. Like,
Yeah, but I can do that in the comfort of air conditioning.
okay, you don't have to go. I think it'd be fun, but I like camping.
I like camping too.
I'm sure Naomi would be on board.
I know Nomi and Tim would be all over that. Their kids would want to come. Like, we know tons of people that would be all over that shit. I don't know. I think it'd be fun.
Bam.
And we won't go on Friday the 13th, so you don't have to worry about murder.
you don't have to worry about some.
Also going to anywhere near a place called Crystal Lake.
Nope.
Nope.
See, we are getting some Halloween in the episode.
Although a lake in general would be pretty fun.
Yes. Upper Payette.
I think it's a great idea. Nerds, will you please email us? feedback@nerdeffect.com. If anybody would be interested in a nerdy camping retreat, I think it'd be great. Like, can you imagine playing D&D in the middle of the woods? Like, because...
You're assuming I haven't played D&D in the middle of the woods.
Have you?
Yes.
Oh,
It's
I love it.
what LARPing is.
Well, but
well,
LARPing
you're
is
No,
lying.
I was at a
I'm talking about actual D&D, not...
I was at an SCA event playing D&D
How
in the
fucking
woods
cool was it?
while drinking mead
How fucking cool was it?
with a campfire.
How fucking cool was
It was
it?
pretty awesome.
See, I have a 5-person tent.
You're gonna let 5 complete strangers sleep in your tent.
No.
I have a 5-person tent too. Maximum occupancy 2.
Yeah, I know, they're
And
lies.
that's only if I'm dating someone.
I also have an individual person tent for me. But I'm just saying, I have gear. We know nerds who like camping. Let's have a nerd camping retreat this summer. If we start planning it now, it could really happen. The end. I just thought of it. I don't know. Don't judge me.
Somebody's gonna die.
Nobody's gonna die. Would you stop?
I
Why do you have no faith in our listeners?
have all the faith in the world in our listeners.
He's
Not
not
as-
so sure.
It's
He's
the-
not so sure
it's-
about his own camping
It's the
skills.
one person that one of our listeners invite, the creepy guy that sits in the corner with a fucking knife, shivving a stick. You know what I mean?
You don't want me playing with my knives? While
I know.
out in the
That would be
wilderness?
me that you're
but
describing.
I know you.
And do you still trust me with it? Oh,
Yes.
He's silly, isn't he?
Yeah.
Dude, it wouldn't be... anyways.
I don't
You don't
anything
have to go
worry about.
either.
I wouldn't be going.
Call me paranoid, but
Okay.
You're paranoid.
Yeah, you're super paranoid. You don't have to go.
There's freaky people on the internet. I should
There's
know.
freaky
I'm
people
one of them.
everywhere. I know. Mike's probably the creepiest person that has anything to do with our show, and we love the shit out of him.
thanks. I guess that's what you should be saying right
He
now.
just said he knows there's
Yeah.
creepy people on the internet. I'm one of them. I was just agreeing. because it was funny.
I've done internet dating. I know how creepy they get.
I know how creepy they get too. I'm not saying we wouldn't never mind.
Welcome to the internet, where the men are men, so are the women, and the children are FBI agents.
What?
Where was that from?
I don't know. It just came out, and I had to say it.
I like it.
I'd say if we organized an event amongst just our friends outside of the podcast, I would understand that.
I'm just saying there's fun people who might appreciate a retreat.
Yes, I understand.
It's a thing. It might happen. We'll work on it.
Yes.
A stranger's just a friend you don't know yet.
Who may also have a knife that will stab you in the middle of the night.
I have bigger knives, probably. It's fine.
In the middle of the night when you're sleeping.
I'm a really
won't be
light
much
sleeper.
sleeping.
No. It's the middle of the woods.
if we're doing
with
a nerd
D&D,
retreat,
and it's a
there's
nerd
not
retreat.
gonna be much
There's going to be a
sleeping.
lot of jolt, a lot of swearing, probably some Cheetos,
And some Mountain Dew.
and some Mountain Dew. Not going to be a lot of sleep.
And lots of bug spray.
And sunscreen.
Yay for camping cologne.
And citronella. Mm-hmm. Also known as camping cologne, I guess.
Well, bug spray is camping cologne.
But I think it'd be fun. Anyways, if people have any feedback on this about if Dustin's paranoid or if I'm completely fucking insane for thinking this is a good idea, I'm not saying just like random strangers. I'm saying like people that we kind of know that we've met through the podcast who might be interested in doing a nerd retreat
Or if we could rent out like a cabin.
or a campground.
Mm-hmm.
Cabins are not camping.
You can't lock your tent.
Okay,
So you're going to lock everyone in the cabin.
you don't have to go.
I'm just saying, if you had rooms, you could lock your room at least.
That's not camping. Why are you
Most
so
cabins
paranoid
are
about-
only one room.
Do you know what percentage of people who go camping get murdered?
Well,
The ones in movies.
By cabin, I meant like a lakeside beach house or something. You know what I mean?
Okay, when you come up with the money for that, let me know.
Yeah, no
That's what I'm saying. It'd be a group event. Like you can
I'm
rent
not
those
gonna,
out for like
if I can pay $5,
$100 a
no,
day, and if
no,
you had like
no, if I can pay $5 for a camping space, I'm not going to pitch in $30 for a cabin that I would rather be sleeping outside than sleeping inside of, because then
you can sleep on the beach.
or you cannot go. It was my idea. Stop hijacking
Fine.
my retreat.
I'll rent the hotel room and I'll just meet you guys when I wake up.
You're gonna feel so lame when you. You're probably more likely to get murdered in a hotel than you are camping. There's probably a higher percentage of murders in hotels.
Probably, actually.
Yeah.
I'm just,
Statistically
I'm not
speaking.
trying to scare you, but statistically speaking.
Honestly, not the murders is my main concern, but theft.
You're
Don't take
paranoid.
a lot of expensive stuff.
Forget it. Fuck it. I'm sorry. I said
Anyway,
that.
I don't understand why you're so anti my idea. I think it's a fun idea. If you don't like it, you don't have to go. It's fine.
Does anybody understand my point of view here?
no.
All right, fuck it. I'll go.
I don't want you there if you're not going to like it. You're uninvited. Didn't want you to come to my birthday party anyway.
So, Halloween?
That's a good holiday.
Yeah.
I went as Ming the Merciless one year.
Awesome costume.
Awesome.
He was fucking Ming. It was amazing.
Oh, you saw it?
Yeah, it was while Cyberplace was open. It was amazing.
I've never had an amazing costume.
It's before I shaved my head, so I actually had a bald wig on.
Yeah.
And
Those are so cool looking.
it was it was like trying to finish it up last minute. So I didn't have time to finish sewing the costume. And I had my girlfriend at the time actually hot glue gun it on me.
Nice.
So at the end of the night, I had to cut it off.
Hot glue fixes all the things.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's
That was fun, though.
a magical invention. That's so cool.
Hot glue.
And I only
Yeah.
had one picture, and it turned out to be not so good.
Aww.
Yeah.
Isn't that always the way?
It ended up, if I remember correctly, there were a few other pictures of it, floating around among people, the Cyberplace crowd. But they, all filtered into, lostness.
Yeah, it was
Everyone
weird.
lost them.
And I got one picture, which it was too far back and it's low res, and it doesn't look good.
Yeah.
But anyway, I might have to revisit that someday.
That was a good costume.
I remember.
Yeah, considering I can just shape my head now.
Yeah.
I have an old. I I have an old hot glue gun is magic story.
Ooh.
When I was like, I don't know, 8 or 9 years old, I had a plush Donatello, and it was like my favorite toy at the time, like my favorite plushie. And
Dustin's favorite thing being a Ninja Turtle?
I know.
The best Ninja Turtle?
And we were on a road trip, and the belt, it was like a felt belt, you know,
Yeah.
and it detached at where his little letter D comes to the front, and I was like, oh, he doesn't have his belt anymore, and I was just kind of upset about it because it was my favorite thing at the time.
Yeah.
Well, we were on a road trip, so we were on our way to visit a relative. Said relative had a hot glue gun. I have never heard of hot glue at this point. I was like, well, what is this magic that's called hot glue? So they went and
Warning, napalm until dry.
Yeah.
Yes.
I used to play with melted hot glue when I was a kid.
just tacky. I mean, it's just melted plastic for the most part.
Yeah.
But
Probably why I don't have a lot of feeling in my fingertips
Probably.
as an adult, but
he just fucking hot glued the belt right back on,
that's,
and
yeah.
Yep.
it was freaking magical. Like it had never been, like it was never broke.
My mom is a crafter. Like, she used to do craft bazaars. She would buy those books of patterns that you get, like, a plank of wood and you cut it out and you paint it. Like the shit that people used to have in their front yards for, like, Christmas and stuff. And, like, door stops and shit. I used to have this kitty door stop, and I wish I still had one because I would rock that as grown-up Nikki.
Was it like the 3D kind of they stacked and slid into each other and you could
No,
prop your
this
door?
one was, it was just, like, a piece of wood cut out in the shape of, like, a cat all curled up and kitty loafed. And then it had, like, a stop on the back of it. And that was it. And the cat was painted.
My grandma had a cat doorstop that it stood upright. It was kind of tall. It was kind of like a
Cat in Egyptian pose.
Yes.
kind of but cartoony. Like it was like
Well, sitting on its back legs, front legs.
yes, very
Yeah.
slender. But I mean, it was like a 3D wood puzzle. So
Oh,
like
cool.
the cat part faced forward, and then it slid into the two legs.
Oh, I can picture what you're talking about. My mom made reindeer like that
and
for
then
her
the
front
tail
yard.
is the what
Mm-hmm.
propped up against the bottom of the door to keep it open.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, my mom used to make stuff like that and sell them at, like, holiday bazaars and shit. Like, they always had them down at the Park Center Mall right before Christmas. If you remember that, that was back in the day.
Park Center.
There used to be a little strip mall on Park Center. Now, it had, like, the TCBY and all this other shit. There were never a whole lot of businesses in there. But they used to have craft bazaars. It's where the Smoky Mountain Pizza is now.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
There used to be a TCBY right next door, and then there was,
Okay.
like, clothing. There was, like, a Talbot's or something like that. But they had this, like, big space, so they'd have bazaars in there and let people rent out booth space, and she used to sell stuff like that. So I learned the joys of hot glue at a very young age. And, like, my mom keeps it on a pie tin, her hot glue gun, to dollop all the little glues so you don't get the strings. And yeah, so that's a trick I use as an adult. But, yeah, I learned the joys of hot glue guns at a very young age. They're fantastic.
Nice. Use hot glue to make a keychain for the con.
You sure did, buddy.
Yeah.
They sell those at the dollar store now, hot glue guns.
Well, they're pretty cheap.
Yeah. They don't last very long. Mine almost caught on fire.
That's why it's still okay to spend a few bucks on a good one.
Yeah, I need to get a new one. I can't find mine, and I've got this, like, bags of glue sticks.
Yeah. Jen's got like a whole like vat of
Yeah.
glue sticks.
See, then there was one of my best Halloweens ever. Just turned 18 that year.
Oh, did you get laid?
Are you going to tell one of
I'd
the
already
stories
gotten
you weren't
laid.
going to tell? Because I thought you weren't going to tell these stories.
I'm not telling one of those stories.
Yeah, I'm waiting to tell those stories.
And I had just gotten a job in a movie theater.
Oh, nice. Oh, I know what story this is.
And shortly before Halloween, a movie had come out made by Mr. Tim Burton
Oh.
and scored by Mr. Danny Elfman. And there was this wonderful man in it named Jack Skellington.
Or what's left of the man. Yes, he's a skeleton.
Yes, with
He's
his
a
skeleton
skeleton.
grin.
Skilling.
He can pop off his head to recite Shakespearean quotations.
Yes.
But yeah, I actually, the first time I saw The Nightmare Before Christmas was actually, it was in the afternoon, but it was on Halloween.
Aww.
And I was enamored with the movie. From that point forward, it is still to this day my favorite movie ever.
You haven't seen Box Trolls yet.
I haven't seen Box Trolls yet, but I'm pretty sure Nightmare Before Christmas will still win. You know, all due respect to our friend Miss Sarah Spink, but it's not Nightmare Before Christmas.
It's kind of replaced it as my favorite animated movie.
And yeah, I was just like, it was just a happy thing to see such a wonderfully joyous look at the Halloween. And
This is Halloween.
the twisted joy of Halloween Town, and how they really loved what they were doing. You know, I mean, it wasn't that they were bad people at all. It was that it was their job to scare you, because that was what was supposed to happen on Halloween. Was you're supposed to get scared, and it was great. And like, yeah, I don't know. There's just something about it, you know, about the whole joy of it, the simplicity of it.
It's really beautifully done.
Yeah,
too.
and in some ways it was like, you know, I was 18 and still not quite sure of myself at the time, and you know, I was a goth who was not too in the far past, kind of more of a punk. And it kind of reminded me that, no, it's okay to be myself, because, you know, it's okay to revel in what you enjoy doing, you know, because you're not, like in their case, they aren't really hurting people. They're just scaring them.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, it kind of helped there too. So that's part of the reason it's such a happy thing for me.
Two of the greatest costumes I've ever seen in my life. I was down at Mulligan's one year on Halloween, and there was a Sally and Jack Skellington, and the Jack Skellington was up on stilts so that the proportions were right.
Yeah.
And it was phenomenal. And the Sally costume was great. Like, her makeup was like 3D, so it looked like she was actually stitched together.
Yeah.
Their costumes were fantastic. And yeah, just seeing Jack Skellington to proportional size was really cool.
He is the Pumpkin King.
And I actually saw, it was last year around Halloween time on Reddit, in one of the Halloween costume subreddits, a girl who was a paraplegic did a Sally costume, so she actually had it rigged so she could sew her leg on.
Oh yeah, she was
cool.
Because she had a leg severed, right? And it was her prosthetic that she had
Neat.
painted up like Sally.
Yeah, and she had it rigged so she could pull the yarn, which was more like rope on human scale, but so she could actually cinch. She could actually pop it off and cinch the leg on while she was sitting down.
Cool.
Yeah. That's one of those times where, like, granted, I would rather not be disabled, but like, she took her disability and took something she loved, because she was one of those people that, like me, has always loved The Nightmare Before Christmas ever since it came out, and she took her disability and was like, I'm fucking using this to make the most ultimate Sally costume.
It's like the guy we saw at the con, who I still wish I'd complimented, because that guy was fucking rad, who had the arms that weren't completely formed.
Yeah.
And he was wearing a T-Rex t-shirt that had a T-Rex.
Oh, bless that guy.
The one with the one I shared with you guys, where the
That has the
T-Rex
grippy
has
claws.
the grippy claws. And he's like, I am invincible. He had that on a t-shirt. And he had, I can't remember what it's called. I know somebody who has this. But where your arms don't form.
I know who you're talking about. And I've
completely.
actually met that guy before.
He fucking owns it.
He used to come into the Jacksons that I used to work at.
Yeah, but he's wearing a fucking T-Rex shirt. I'm like, buddy, good for you, first of all. Second of all, where did you get your t-shirt?
And the guy and this is exactly what I would do if I was in his scenario. If I ever lose the use of my legs, I'm just cosplaying as Professor X every year. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'll just shave my head and just do it.
You're already
every
close
year.
to having the hair.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I'll just finish it off and
Why not?
go.
No.
I don't think you caught it.
No, I got it.
Oh, okay.
I've always said
That's why I
that,
cut my hair short now.
I've always said that if I start to lose my hair, because my mom's got some problems with that. It runs in my family, female pattern baldness. So there's a good chance that someday my hair's gonna get thinner. I think it is already. It could just be me being paranoid. I'm just gonna shave the whole fucking thing. I've already done it. Which, by the way, my buddy Alan wants to join our St. Baldrick's team. I don't know if you guys were all there for that.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the bargain is that he gets to keep his hair long until then.
Yeah, because Becca went back to her natural hair color, so the deal was that he would cut his off. And then I was like, oh, you should do it for this. And so he gets to keep his hair.
Oh, that was Becca's.
Becca and Alan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. That would be a good. That'd be a good one.
Yeah, he's got a lot of hair. Like,
Yeah.
I remember having to clean out the shower drain when I was roommates with them.
He reminds me of the lead singer of Metalocalypse.
That would make him very happy. He's a big Tool fan.
Mm.
And when I worked at Game World and Tool was here on the layover, everyone minus Maynard, so some people say it doesn't count, they came into Game World. And I got to go take a smoke break with Tool. And
What?
yeah, Alan was over at the movie theater buying tickets to something, and Becca was in Game World, and she texted him, and you just look out those windows that were out in the courtyard, and you just see Alan just fucking bolting as fast as he can, and they just kind of casually walks in the door, trying not to breathe hard, and I'm behind the counter just laughing my ass off. Yeah, it was great.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Perfect Circle's better than Tool. Okay.
I'm not a huge Tool fan.
I would.
remember running into
I would have to agree
Papa
with you.
Roach at the Hot Topic in the mall. It was weird.
I love that so
It was
much.
just it was surreal.
Papa
really.
Roach at Hot Topic.
Yeah.
Jimmy Urine from MSI signed Becca's belly when she was pregnant.
I mean, okay, you
I
guys.
got yelled at by the King of Hell.
I was saying,
Dustin wins.
you guys may not know who this is, but when I was working at the Nice Store in the mall, the lead singer of Fishbone came in,
I had no
and
idea.
yeah, that was pretty cool.
I remember running into John Larroquette at the mall once.
I got yelled at by Val Kilmer.
John Larroquette. That's just weird.
Yeah, I know. He was there with his grandkids.
I got sworn at by Val Kilmer.
You know, I think Nikki with the Val Kilmer story still wins.
Why didn't know? Why did you get yelled? I think the laundry story. I think it's been told on this show once.
You won't even iron my fucking shirt. I have this memory of when he stormed out and we instantly called everyone we fucking knew and told them we got yelled at by Batman.
By no means the best Batman, but Batman.
He still counts.
He's part of the Batman Club.
Yeah.
It's the
Whether you
only
like it or
reason we
not.
recognized him. Because he had fucking hobo scruff, but you could see that mouth, which is all you see in Batman, so.
Yep.
I would have looked at him and went, "I'll be your Huckleberry." I don't think I could have stopped myself.
It's probably for the best that you weren't there then.
I know.
Because he was not a very happy person. An angry man.
And I promise not to get Huckleberry juice on your shirt.
I don't know what you're referencing.
Why, Johnny Tyler, Madcap.
I have no idea what
I love
he's referencing.
Tombstone, by the way. Have I said
I've
mentioned
never
that?
seen Tombstone.
We'll have to change that. I've seen the movie at least like 10 times.
It's a good movie.
It is a really good movie.
I've just never seen it.
Yeah, seen Blade Runner yet?
See,
Actually,
I haven't seen
no.
Blood Runner either.
Oh,
Well, is it... Okay, well, here's the problem. Is it on Netflix?
I
I don't think
know.
so.
I don't
It's
think
not.
it is. Is it on Hulu?
Definitely not.
I have no way of watching it without spending money.
All right.
But yeah, I was with Val Kilmer. I would have had a hard time not calling him like Ice or Iceman.
See, for me, it's Batman. Like, that was the only thing I knew him from. Like, that's the only reason I kind of recognized him. I'm like, who is this douchebag pulling up in his fucking town car and linen suit, looking like a homeless person, giving my friend shit? Yeah.
See, I had two favorite country movies at the time, and that was Tombstone and Young Guns. And
Oh, no, Young Guns I've
Westerns.
seen.
yeah, Western. Sorry,
Country
Yeah.
movies. I like that better.
yeah, Western movies. And
Is that what they got both kinds of music, country and western?
well, technically, Young Guns had more of a rock score to it because it was all. Yeah, I understand what you're getting at. You're making a joke at me. I understand.
No, I was making a quote from the Blues Brothers,
Oh,
or paraphrasing a quote from the Blues Brothers.
There's a good movie.
Yeah,
How is this the movie show?
I don't. This
We
is definitely
keep
not.
doing this.
we went from Halloween memories to just memories.
No, we went from, hey guys, this is the Halloween show, to talking about movies, to trying to talk about
TV
Halloween.
shows technically.
shows.
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
TV shows, to trying to talk about Halloween to movies.
I
Like,
don't
it's-
know.
We're just...
So, hi, Halloween candy does this to your brain show.
It's the
Don't do drugs, kids.
we mentioned it's after midnight show.
It's
No.
now 1:07 a.m.
Good thing we're doing this on a Saturday.
Where's this mean storm that was supposed to be rolling in from Portland?
Not here yet, evidently.
Yeah.
That or we missed it and didn't notice. But
That's
I
true,
doubt
too.
that would have happened if it was so mean of a storm.
Yeah, knocked out 60,000 people in Portland. No power. That's a lot of people.
Yep. Maybe it stopped over Baker. The professor wrangled it into
Lassoed it.
lassoed it with one of his devices.
It's now strangling him.
Probably.
Hopefully not.
Well, he does that. Poses with things strangling him.
True.
He likes to take pictures with people strangling him. I liked the Jedi Force choke.
Oh, yeah. It would have been really nice if he would have jumped.
Oh, that would have been really great. Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are hard to time
Nope,
out.
he had to take it like Tarkin on his feet.
Then there was the, what's that Boren Harlequin chick.
Oh, yeah.
Because I never caught her name or anything.
The booty one?
Yeah, the booty one.
Okay.
Well, and, yeah. Booty and chesty.
Well, no, but her skirt was so short that there were butt cheeks hanging out from underneath it. I'm like, there are kids at eye level.
There was a Wonder Woman who was in the same deal. But did you know they had...
She had a
There are
kid.
little boys that left that con as men.
Are you referring to yourself?
There was a... apparently the Wonder Woman that we saw that was... that Walter Jones was hitting on.
The one that was in underwear and
Yeah.
ended up walking around with her husband and child later.
Well, apparently there was a superhero pole dancing thing in the room next to us that we
Yeah,
totally
somebody
missed.
got Spider-Man to do it.
Yeah, I saw the pictures. But yeah, there was a
It was
pole dancing
Dancing
event in there.
Daredevil said, or Dancing Deadpool. Fucking quit, man. I don't even know. Dancing Deadpool said she got him to do that.
nice.
That's awesome.
Little dancing
We should have her
Deadpool.
on.
Just see if she dances the whole show. Just sits in her
Do a
seat
video
like this.
podcast.
What's up, guys?
We could do like a Twitch feed and raise money and see how long she could dance for.
Oh man.
We know she can do it for 11 hours.
Yeah.
Everybody pledges $5 an hour. And
$55 for charity.
$55 if we get
A person.
10 people, that's $50 times 11 hours. $550.
Yeah.
That's pretty substantial. Put that towards St. Baldrick's.
I vote yes.
Bam.
I would say, however,
Just a
as
little-
of today, we officially failed at something we said we were going to do.
What's that?
What did we miss?
Extra Life.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw Mike was doing it, and Mike Dodd, and
Well, okay, you guys missed Extra Life. I didn't. I participated with Gushkia.
I don't even know.
who?
Gushkia, my online guild.
Oh,
Technically, I'm a member, but I haven't been playing, so yeah.
Yeah.
Whoops.
I don't have a game console that's new, so
Well, it's not a console; it's a computer game.
I don't have a
The
computer I
gaming-
can play games
the
on.
gaming
People
elites,
are doing-
not the gaming commoners.
people are even doing board games. Like they just get a camera and
Yep.
So
Board
what's
games,
your
Magic.
excuse?
cons, child, wife, and job.
These excuses are getting really thin. He uses them every time.
Is school a better excuse? Is
No,
deciding
school's
to,
not an excuse.
What about taking your math class twice as fast and then doing so well that you get 100% on your final?
Not an excuse.
By the way, did Nikki mention she got 100% on her math test?
I don't think I've mentioned that yet. Yeah, I took
Yeah,
my
I heard
math
something
final.
about Nikki getting 100%.
Yeah,
on
yeah,
that
no, I
test.
Did Nikki
totally-
get 100% on her math final? Is that what I heard?
Yeah, it's
like
not just a
multiple
test, it's a
times?
final. No, you don't understand. I've never gotten an A on a final. I don't think I've ever gotten 100% on a math test.
So, okay,
And
I
I got
got
100
A's on a lot of finals, including math finals.
Okay, I didn't give two shits about school last time I was in it, so I didn't try. I've always been smart enough. I should have gotten straight A's. But why put in effort and get straight A's if you can not put in effort and slide by? C's get degrees. My attitude is very different now, and I'm just really happy that I'm... Screw you guys.
No, I understand completely.
Yeah,
No, I do support you. I just like you
I know.
shit, too.
I know you do. First thing I said when I got up this morning to Angela, I was like, oh, hey, guess what? She's like, what? I was like, I got 100% on my math final yesterday. Did you know? Did you hear?
I heard they put out a memo.
They should.
You should have put that in the newsletter.
Oh, by the way,
like right at the end in big print.
I put what music I was listening to because I was rocking out to it so hard. I'm like, I feel like if there's anything wrong with this newsletter, people need to understand that I was listening to Macklemore and K-Flay, and that's probably why. My jam, man.
All right, well, let's wrap this podcast
Let's
up
go
because
home.
I'm not sure that this is. Yeah, I'm not sure this podcast exists completely.
Is this a
exists.
podcast? Is this just fantasy? No Halloween show.
oh, we got plenty of Halloween stuff.
Rambling sleepily. Open your ears. Something your fears with me.
Oh, man.
All right, one final time around the table. Just final thoughts on Halloween in general.
Yeah. Slutty versions of every costume out there. Yep.
Amen, brother.
Have you guys seen the video that's dudes trying on slutty Halloween costumes?
That BuzzFeed did.
Oh my god, I laughed my ass off so hard!
Did you know they're actually selling a slutty Ebola suit? Like horrible and bad taste. Like it's like in Europe or something. It's like
That is
45
not
euros.
going to keep you safe from...
No, it's not.
Yes, I'm tracing the Ebola virus in the air, and we're trying to figure out how it would work.
I've
Oh, like
seen
they're
a
dressed
comic
up as
for
the
it.
virus. Oh, I
No,
think
no,
he
no.
meant
The suit. The gas mask.
hazmat
And
suit.
Oh, it's a hazmat suit.
hazmat suit, yes.
Okay.
I like Mason's idea, though.
I do
Sexy
too.
viruses could be a
seen-
thing.
Just like an Ebola, like, hey, boys.
I've seen that as
me
a
if you
comic,
can.
though. I know I have. Yeah. I'll see
Oh
if I
my
can
God.
find it and link it to you
Oh,
guys.
everybody needs to
Wait,
watch.
say that again, Mike?
No, I've seen a comic somebody drew where they did like the Ebola costume where it looked like the picture of the Ebola virus that some guy was wearing, and then they did, oh, and here's a sexy version, and it's like a thin version of it covering up all the naughty bits. It was very, very, very silly.
You should post the dudes trying on sexy costumes, BuzzFeed, because that is just.
I saw the video, but I
fucking amazing.
didn't watch it.
Do
I
it.
think Jen watched it. I heard her listening to it.
It's
Keep your bleach handy, people. You'll need to scrub out your eyeballs.
no, it's so funny. I mean, even just watch it with the sound off. Just like the looks on their faces, they're trying to figure out what the fuck these like. The sexy firefighter was my favorite because they're suspenders that don't actually attach to things; they're just on a corset. And then there's like this tutu thing, and like watching them try and do it, it's so fucking funny. Oh my god, I love it so much.
Mason, final thoughts on Halloween?
One of the oldest holidays that is still celebrated. Yeah, I'm going Anthro on this shit.
Do it.
Do it.
Preach it.
Wouldn't be your stamp without it.
Was originally, according to the Celts, Samhain, spelled nothing like it sounds. It's a Gaelic. Roll with it.
They did.
I still think that I don't think there was any actual spelling in Gaelic until the English came along, and then the Irish were like, "Ha lads, I had an idea. Let's fuck with these guys." But
We'll just take out phonetics altogether.
have you seen Welsh? Vowels.
Have you
Who
heard
needs
Welsh?
those?
Yeah.
Well, have you heard the accent?
So I just said, have you heard Welsh?
It's really nasally. Of course, so are the Welsh. Sorry, bad joke.
Scottish accents aren't all that much better. I need to bring you my copy of The Bruins to look at. It's a Scottish comic book where everything's spelled out phonetically.
Oh god, that'd be hilarious.
Oh, it's so good. And it's like old, like Family Circus old, like no
okay.
older than Family Circus, like
So, but
yeah.
remember, your jack-o'-lantern was originally a turnip.
Nice.
Kept away ghosts.
Kept away ghosts and appeased the spirits. From 6 p.m. On the 31st to 6 a.m. on the 1st, you should set out a bowl of milk and sugar and a slice of bread for the fair folk, so the fairies will leave you alone for the year. Because remember, fairies aren't happy; fairies are mean.
Anybody who's watched Labyrinth knows that.
Or Red American Gods.
Or Red American Gods, or studied actual Celtic mythology of the fairies.
Or Red American Gods.
Or Red American Gods. We already got that one.
Or Red Sandman.
Reading American Gods.
Are you reading it or do you have it?
And you have read a couple of pages and have now ceased.
I have read.
As of
I've read at
months
least
ago.
100+ pages
As of when?
total. period.
No, but as of when? When did you read those 100+ pages? When did you last put the
Well,
book
that's a good
down?
question. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
So yeah,
It's a good
but no,
bedtime story
Halloween
for Evie.
is, and nowadays, and like, yes, these are the pagan. I'm talking about the pagan roots of Halloween, and the fact that it was also New Year's. Because New Year's is arbitrarily set, so the Celts were like, "Oh, look, we're done harvesting all the food for the year. We need an excuse for a party. It's New Year's, all right." Not that they needed that. They're the Celts. They're the precursors of the Irish and the Scots, and
Yay, booze.
they didn't really even need that much of an excuse. This was a pretty solid excuse for a party for them.
And for all of us still to this day.
Because awesome.
Yes.
But remember, believe in the pagan roots or not, doesn't matter. You know, if you're an adult, if you want to go have a Halloween party, cool, do your thing. But definitely, whatever you do, let the kids have fun and get their candy on the Halloweens.
Amen, brother. Well said.
I have a friend who has a little boy who was born on Halloween,
Awesome.
and he's got bright orange hair. He's a pumpkin boy, and he's gonna have the most epic birthday parties every day or every year for the rest of his life. Yeah, like how kick-ass of a birthday is that? Halloween.
I have a birthday a week before Halloween, and I feel like that's pretty
Yeah,
kick-ass.
it's pretty kick-ass. Yeah. Happy birthday, by the way, buddy.
Well, thank you.
It was Dustin's birthday yesterday.
Yesterday being the 24th.
Yeah.
Or the 24th, yeah. Well, 25th now, but yeah, it was yesterday. So this is actually 2 days from your birthday.
Living in the future.
But yeah, but I don't. It's
Words.
like I really like Halloween, New Year. My 3 favorite holidays of the year are Halloween, New Year's, and Lunar New Year. The simple reasoning behind it is that I see New Year's of any type as a chance to start anew, to begin again, to try to improve on things.
So I have resolutions.
I don't do the resolutions thing because I think bonds or pacts like that, promises like that, are meant to be broken.
They are. I've never kept a
So
resolution.
I don't do resolutions, but I always look forward to looking for or making new opportunities around the New Year's. So it's just that's just a personal thing for me. It's, you know, like, okay, Halloween being one of them is from my Irish heritage, but yeah, just in general, I like the idea of New Year's and new beginnings. So
See, I just like that this is the one time of the year that I can actually find decor for my house that I like. Just cats, owls, and skulls as far as the eye can see.
I actually have some Zero Christmas lights, as in Jack's dog.
I love it.
Yeah, they're pretty
I
cool.
had some candy corn lights, but they broke in the move. Kind of bummed. Yeah, but like owl hand towels and skull hand towels, I've got shit tons of them.
Yeah. My only problem now with like Halloween skulls is I start analyzing them for authenticity.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, see, I just love the even see as
And
somebody who draws cartoons, I can suspend that.
As someone who's taken osteology, I can't.
Yeah, see, and I mean, I've taken anatomy life drawing. I know what a skull's supposed to look like.
Yeah.
You know, I know how to draw a skull. But I love cartoon skulls. I just love skulls. There's a shirt floating around that Spink sent me a picture of. One of her coworkers, the other one I saw Box Trolls with, has, and it's a skull made out of kittens.
I've seen that.
I need it. Like, it's a skull made out of cats, you guys.
No, I get you. I know what you and where you're going with it.
The two things that my shit is covered in the most, skulls and cats. You can have them both on a thing together.
Skulls and cats and skulls and cats.
Oh my
and
God,
skulls
oh my
and
God,
cats
oh
and skulls and cats.
Oh my god, that's my new favorite song. I jam, you guys.
I had a moment at the zoo today. It was pretty funny.
You did?
As a wrestling geek.
Oh god.
I saw this adorable kid. He had Down syndrome, but he was dressed as the current incarnation of John Cena.
Aww.
So he's all decked out in pink, but it's all the anti-breast cancer.
Yeah, breast cancer awareness.
Breast cancer awareness. John Cena. Like he had the hat, the wristbands, the T-shirt, the jorts. Like
Jorts?
the whole night. Yeah, jean shorts,
Oh, okay.
jorts.
I always called them denim shorts.
Yeah,
I just called them jean shorts.
jorts. If you're
Whatever.
But
Not everything needs to be abbreviated, people.
Is that a banana in your jorts?
Please say yes.
But I looked at him and I said, hey, I was like, I really like your costume. He had to be maybe about 12, 13. And I was like, I really like your costume. And I went up to him and went like this. I waved my hand in front of my face because that's kind of John Cena's you can't see me. That's kind of like he's a hip hop wrestler, so you gotta give him a break.
No, you don't.
No,
but
I don't really. Not a big John Cena fan, but I knew he was a wrestling fan, so I
Yeah.
respected that. And I did the John Cena hand wave, and he just flipped out. He was like, "That's for it's like you're like wrestling." And so his mom was like, I was like, and he's like, "Who's that?" And he he immediately recognized me as the Big Show. Like that was his like who he thought I was. Because
well, you're bigger,
big,
you're
balding.
bald, you got the
Yeah.
goatee going on.
Yeah, he's like, I was like, I can see it. And then he walked off. It was pretty funny.
That's cool.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
That made a kid's day.
You did. It's exciting when people get what your costume is.
Anyway,
Let's go.
well, I didn't have a favorite Halloween moment,
Oh, I thought we got yours. I'm sorry.
but
Don't
not a favorite
look so
Halloween.
sad.
Not a favorite Halloween moment, but like a Halloween in general. I like Halloween because Christmas needs to be canceled so we can have a second Halloween.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's take
Just
a vote.
let- just
Everyone
let-
at the table, take a vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
It's unanimous. It's
Yay.
passed. No more Christmas, just Halloween. Times 2.
That'd be a really cold fucking Halloween. Maybe we can just pick a different day.
Toast
Like
to
we'll have
our
a
costumes.
spring Halloween and a fall Halloween.
Spring-a-ween.
Spring-a-ween.
Yes.
Anyway, I love Halloween, man. I love the idea of being able to dress up. Like it's almost like the same reason as conventions. Like
Mm-hmm.
you have every reason in the world to dress like an asshole, and
Everyone's as
and
excited about
everybody's
it as
excited
you
about
are.
it as you are, and
Yep.
you can appreciate how you're dressed up. You can put, of course, during Halloween though, is like the one time of year I like to fucking get gory.
Yeah.
Like I went as a super awesome zombie I thought last year.
That was pretty good zombie,
And
yeah.
I looked at YouTube tutorials online on how to do it with just cheap makeup and stuff like that, and
Corn syrup for the win.
yep,
Mm-hmm.
and it wasn't even corn syrup. It was like black eyeliner to fill in the shadows of the peeling skin, and then
okay.
some fake blood to like blotch around it, and then there was some other stuff too that you could buy, but it was just basically all like just cheap Halloween makeup that you could buy for like $1 a piece, $1.99 a piece, and it looked legit. You know, like the most expensive part of it was the liquid latex, which was like $5 or $6. But other than that, it was pretty legit. I thought it was cool. I just really wish I had zombie contacts. I actually went online and looked and see how much they were, but they're
I
cheap,
can't wear
honestly.
contacts.
Like $50 for a pair of contacts is not that bad. But,
I would say one thing about contacts: always get them from a reliable source, if possible. Like
You are putting them in your eyeballs.
you are putting them in your eyeballs. Like, have you heard of circle lenses?
maybe.
They started in Japan, and the idea is because for a while at least, and kind of currently sort of. Okay, the Japanese actually have a lot of beauty standards, really depending on kind of the clique you're into.
Right.
As we do in America. But one of them is to have like anime eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Like they want big eyes with big irises. Mm-hmm. So they have a ring. It's basically a clear contact with a black ring on it. So it makes your
iris look
makes
bigger.
your iris look bigger. And they're also a large contact because of that, because they go outside the iris.
Right.
And some of the brands, because if you're not getting magnification changes done on the contact to make them corrective lenses, you don't need to see an optometrist to order contacts.
Right.
So like there were a lot of places that were selling really cheap ones, and people were actually injuring their eyes with them, even like only wearing them for a couple of hours.
Or like eye infections and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Yeah.
So
Sounds
whenever you
awful.
buy contacts, be willing to spend a little more and do research on the source to make sure it is a reliable source.
Yeah.
A good place to check nowadays is like a lot of like go to like reputable cosplayers sites and check their videos and stuff.
Yeah. Usually they'll credit whoever.
Yeah, like the contacts and stuff. But check those places like that. One that I know of that actually will do completely custom lenses if you pay them enough is 9mm SFX, 9mm special effects. Standard contact lens is 9mm.
Right.
So they were actually, like, for example, they actually did the contacts for Interview with the Vampire.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So and they do a lot of movies and stuff, but they also sell contacts to the public.
And then get your clothing from Abbey Shot, and you're a genuine clone, basically.
You can be a genuine Lestat.
Yes. I want to...
Or Louis.
Aren't they making another Interview with the Vampire movie?
Yes.
Yep.
Rebooting it completely.
Oh, they're redoing it?
Yes.
But, no. They don't need to do that.
I think his brain just broke for a second.
Why? No. Okay, can we... I know we're trying to wrap this up, but can we just... Why do we have to reboot things? Like, if the
for
original...
a modern generation?
But if the original's good, and it's a period piece, like, it starts out in what? Like, early 1900s.
It starts out technically in the 80s in San Francisco.
Okay, but I mean, like, chronologically...
it's from about the 1800s, yes.
So...
Late 1700s, I think.
There's really not that much of it that ends up needing modernized. And even then, like, it's a good movie. It was well done. Why do you need to...
And quite honestly...
The vampires aren't talking on fucking cell phones about sending faxes. Like, it's not outdated. Why do we have to reboot everything? I don't understand this.
Well, okay, the idea about... Okay, first of all, I agree with you. Interview with the Vampire was great. I think everyone, all the major characters, Lestat, Armand, Louis...
Mm-hmm. The little one.
The little girl whose name I just totally spaced, but played by Kirsten Dunst.
Kirsten Dunst.
Yeah, and also the interviewer, Christian Slater.
Perfect.
Everyone did an amazing job in that movie. But the problem is that when they went from Interview with the Vampire to Queen of the Damned, change to Lestat was.
Yep, a lot of people don't even realize that those movies are
in the same book series. Yes,
I've read them all. Believe me, I know.
Yeah. See, my favorite's still Memnoch.
I have not read that one actually. You need to read Memnoch. I do.
But they have. But the idea behind this reboot is that they want to do all of the movies.
Okay, and
so they
have them be consistent.
Have them be consistent and a real trilogy or quintet or whatever you want to.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
I finally watched Godzilla.
I did not say. I still have not seen the new Godzilla.
Okay, here's my thing about Godzilla. As a movie, pretty fucking cool. As Godzilla, it's
lame
not.
As hell,
it's
right?
not Godzilla.
Yeah.
You see him maybe twice, and it's not.
Hey, we're talking
cheesy.
about kaiju. That's horrific, right?
Yeah.
Halloween.
Sure.
Fucking Godzilla, monster babies, man.
But
like,
one of the things I heard about it that like bothered me was that they concentrate too much on the Americans, especially after crackhead or meth dealer dies.
Bryan Cranston.
Bryan Cranston. After Bryan Cranston's character dies, they concentrate too much on his son, who evidently was the flattest, most cardboard cutout attempt at, like, you could have gotten a cardboard cutout of an actual American soldier and had a more lifelike soldier.
Like, the fight scenes with the monsters were cool. That made up maybe 5 to 10% of the movie.
Which, it's a Godzilla movie. That should have been 90% of the movie.
Like, so,
and
reboots.
Then,
it was still better than the 90s reboot.
There was a Godzilla movie in the 90s?
No, there wasn't.
Okay, just checking.
Oh, you mean the one where Godzilla's a lady? And lays eggs?
Godzilla reboot in the 90s?
No, it wasn't Godzilla. It was Chinzilla. Chinzilla is the one you're thinking of.
It was anatomically incorrect Zilla.
Yeah. Shit. Oh, I see what you're talking about.
I'm ignoring
Matt Smith Zilla.
Well, no, it was the fact that they anatomically figured out that there was no way that thing would be standing.
Yeah, there's no way Godzilla could stand because it's too tall. No, Godzilla stands because Godzilla fucking stands. But
because Godzilla.
Yeah. But there was no reboot in the 90s. I don't care what you all are claiming.
They did do...
But there was a really cool song with Puff Daddy and...
There was no reboot in the 90s. I don't care what you guys are saying.
In the new one, they did do the Godzilla Blue Fire.
Yeah.
which I giggled like a small child when that happened. But again, like I said, the fight scenes were cool.
Yeah. But, like, evidently there was the bud of, like, a possibly interesting story with Ken Watanabe's character. But, you know, it's an American movie. We can't concentrate on the Asian guy.
Nope.
So...
Yeah, I don't know. I just get tired of the reboot bullshit that we're obsessed with right now. Like, write a fucking original story. You can write it about the same characters. That's fine. Don't redo something that's already been done.
It's a horror movie, but Kevin Smith just made Tusk.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, which
It's
did abysmally in the theater.
Right. And it'll see its following in the release market.
I heard from
And
several
VOD
people
and
that was
stuff.
life-changing, not necessarily in a good way.
Yeah, well, I mean, he was high as a fucking kite when he read it.
Yeah,
I
and
rewrote it, but...
the concept is terrifying.
Well, yeah, but...
But that's original.
That's original.
Exactly.
Well,
it's
okay,
possible. There's still original stories.
Well, I was saying, that's one of the things I also appreciate about Kevin Smith.
Yeah.
Is that, you know, except for, like, making heavy pop culture references to other things, you know, dude, the Jedi mind trick.
Mm-hmm.
All of his shit's original.
Yep.
You know?
It is possible. It's not like we're out of ideas.
Right.
Like,
and, well,
it
the thing
bothers me.
the thing is, it's like, anyone who's remotely literate on storytelling, not, you know, regardless of the media, knows that there's only about 5 stories.
Yeah.
Man versus self, man versus man versus other, man versus the supernatural, so forth. And man versus the environment, 5. So everything is a variation on one of those themes.
But there's a million variations.
Right. And, like, we're getting reboots and, like, a lot of sequels in video games, but we also are still getting new IPs.
Well, and the sequels...
And if we're getting new IPs in video games, if book writers are still churning out new novels,
Yeah.
there's stuff that can be done in movies. Mm-hmm. You know, it's...
Like, I don't have problems with people...
Well, that's the thing. What they do is they end up turning those books that are new IPs
and that's
into
what
movies.
I was just going to say. Is I don't have a problem with movie adaptations. It's
Neither do
when,
I.
It's when they reboot something that already happened and was good. Because to me, a reboot is something that should be done because the previous version was shitty and we deserve a good version.
Guys, we should reboot Harry Potter.
No!
I hate you right now.
Because that was great.
Oh my god.
Also, they might be doing another one. She's been hinting at
She's
it.
been hinting at there's going to possibly be another a book and a movie of Harry Potter of Harry as an adult.
Which, yes.
So
I want to see Horns really bad.
I know that movie looks
I
badass.
read it. I finally read it. It's fucking amazing. Have you guys read it?
I don't even
Read it. It's by Joe Hill, the guy that does Lock and Key.
Oh, okay.
It's amazing.
Hey, can we wrap up this
Let's
show?
go. Yeah, we need to be done.
I'm tired and I'm ready to fall asleep on the
I need to go
microphone.
sleep.
Okay.
How long do we end up at?
Like 2.5 hours or an hour and a half or something.
Your face 30. Ha!
Started, I think we started about 12 minutes
It was
in.
5-2.
Probably an hour, 45 minutes.
Right. So
Damn.
Happy Halloween, people.
happy Halloween. And if you actually got through this episode,
Hey Mason, what's your opinion on bananas?
for those of you who watched the news episode,
Yeah.
but anyway, yeah, if you've actually gotten through this, congratulations.
Yes.
B-A-N-A-N-A-S. The show was bananas. I hate myself so bad right now.
hate myself for laughing.
Stop recording, I'm done.
All right. Well,
Let's put Michael Myers on this show. Do it.
for the Nerd Effect podcast, we have been
Knock him over.
Mason Ireland.
Nikki Iggy Prindle.
and Dustin, slice your ribs and just stab your butt. I don't know.
Dust stab your butt. I'm gonna start calling you that.
And for those about to nerd, we salute you.
Happy Halloween, everybody.
Yay!
Bye bye.
I mean, spooky.